Hey everybody, this is Eli Freestone, and you're watching my Project 3 demo app for Advanced Visual Frameworks, term 1304. So first off, my apologies if you can hear the little chirping in the background. We got some baby chicks today, and they have to stay inside until they actually grow some feathers. Hopefully they'll be quiet, but if they do make some noise, my apologies in advance. So let's go ahead and get started with the iPad here. Got the icon right there. I was originally going to do 5 native apps, or native features, the camera, contacts, device info, geolocation, and microphone. Unfortunately, I ran into some issues with the microphone, and it had to get set aside for the moment. It's, I didn't have any trouble actually getting the recording to save to the device. It was actually when it came to playback that I was having some trouble, and unfortunately, time's pretty much always an issue, so it had to get set aside for the moment. So let's go ahead and start off with the camera. We're going to take an editable picture. All right, let's see if we can take the picture while watching myself on my MacBook. A little awkward, but at least it'll get the idea. This is editable too. You can zoom in and then save it. And then it actually just pops right onto the page. I am hoping to actually do some sort of a frame around it, as well as do some more tweaking to my CSS. I've just mainly been focusing on the coding since that's kind of my weak point. But of course, time is always an issue, so it hasn't really been tweaked a whole lot. I'm hoping to do a lot more to it. So we're going to move on to the contacts. This one actually also gave me some issues when it came to grabbing the phone number or the email address, because I was expecting it to be just a string like the way the name is set up, but it's actually a string array. So I was looking at it the wrong way. I was trying to search for it the wrong way. But once I got that figured out, I was able to grab it right there. I didn't have actually any contacts in my iPad, so I had to make up a couple. The first one being Bob Dole. Um, but yeah, once I was able to get the phone numbers and the email addresses, that part went great, except for it created another issue, and that is if you were to search for something, a term that would bring up more than one contact, and it ran into any contacts that were missing either the phone number or the email address, the search just stops dead in its tracks right there and won't return anything. Unfortunately, I haven't really worked around that yet. It does the exact same thing on my phone. Um, but yeah, that's also a work in progress. So the device info is a nice, easy one. That was actually the first one I did. And it just pops up the device info right there. Again, I'm hoping to mess around with the CSS some more. I just time is unfortunately always an issue. And then the geolocation as well. I originally was working on getting it to pop up on a map, and I got the map to pop up. I got it to actually go to the right section of the map, but I couldn't get it to do anything beyond that. It wouldn't zoom. It wouldn't. You couldn't move the map at all. It wouldn't give me a pin where I was located, or any of that stuff. So it's actually currently just showing the latitude and longitude with the altitude and then the accuracies and timestamp. Again, that's another thing I'm hoping to revisit and uh, get that map going and working correctly. And then I also have the embedded video, and this is just my demo from last week. And this is actually in an iframe
Hey everybody,
tag.
this is Eli Freestone.
I tried it originally with the video tag, and everything I tried for data type and stuff like that would just create a black box. But the iframe tag seemed to work just fine. I'm not sure if it was just the iPad that didn't like it as a video tag or what. But yeah, I did get it working on there. It's unfortunately not dynamically sized though. Although I did get my background to dynamically size, just not the video. So let's go ahead and move on to the phone here. I was actually also able to figure out the Twitter API issue. So we've got the icon right there, and it's actually related to being connected to Wi-Fi or not. My phone unfortunately has an issue. It won't connect to my Wi-Fi network for some reason. It'll connect to others just fine. But my brother actually has the same model phone, so I tested it on his. And with the Wi-Fi turned on, it will get a response with JSON-P as the data type. But as soon as you turn the Wi-Fi off, it'll do the exact same thing as what it does on my phone, where it just doesn't respond. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to the picture. And this is all set up the exact same way as, let's see if we can get this here. That's not working. There we go. This one is not editable, unfortunately, but that's actually related to my phone, not the way I'm grabbing the picture. It does do the same display as the other. And then contacts does the same thing. And again, it will error out if the contact doesn't have all 4 features. Most of my contacts actually don't include an email address, plus I didn't want to put anybody's contact info up on the web. So I made the Bob Dole contact again. This one I actually have to search for Dole, because otherwise it comes up with a couple other Bobs that are in my phone. And this screen washes out horribly bad. Try and bring it. There we go. That's kind of as good as it's going to get. So yeah, I'm still working on trying to figure out why it'll just stop dead in its tracks. Got device info. I really wish this screen didn't wash out so bad. There we go. And then geolocation on this one, I actually never even made it to getting the map on my phone. That was on my iPad where I was getting it to pop up. See that? Then it has lat and longitude. Altitude is not compatible with my phone, unfortunately. Altitude accuracy isn't compatible with Android at all, but my phone specifically doesn't do altitude at all. So yeah, I guess that's about it. This has been Eli Freestone, Project 3 for Advanced Visual Frameworks, term 1304. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.